Just backing him off, just tickling and feckling. Field full of sheep. Cyclists coming towards us on pavement. Mirrors. It's a busy river and a stinking rotten, twining bloody, stinking bloody shoo. Someday, three-way traffic lights, there's nothing coming. And we're still stuck here. Someday you can find me on the Mississippi River and a licking on a pony and a stinking rotten, twining bloody shoo. Chips and peas and gravy and a fish supper liver. I'll have the curry sauce, make mine a jumbo sausage. Come on. Bloody night coming. Bloody lights are stuck in red. I don't go through because I'm on camera. And it's sod's law that if you do go through, something will come. Yeah, there's a van and two cars just come up ahead. Our lights are changing. There's a van and a car just come up ahead up the road there. So sod's law, if you do go through, well you can't anyway because I'm on camera, on here. But if you do go through, it's sod's law, something else will come out. It's frustrating when there's no coming. But it is three-way lights, so there'll be traffic lights down that street there, isn't it? Man, let's have it read. If it was coming from down that little lane and you were local in Newton area, you wouldn't wait there on freeway, would you? You go to the end of the road and look like we're coming left and right. Mirrors. Someday you will find me on your Mississippi River and a stinking rotten, twining bloody, stinking bloody choo-choo. Thank you for driving carefully. You're welcome. Yeah, so down to 53 minutes now. Road tightens, bends round sharp to the left, zebra's out. Road conditions are wet, still raining, still in a 40. National speed limit, by the way, but for us it is. You got it, 40. Mirrors. And oh, this job is a piece of piss. It really is. Oh, I want to say hello to a fellow by the name of Josh Owls. Hello Josh, how are you lad? Josh follows me, he's been following me for a while on YouTube on various formats. And he's also on my Facebook. Josh started out as a truck spotter, taking photographs and whatnot. A keen truck enthusiast. And then went for his test, put himself through his test. And he's passed his test last week. He's now got a job. He lives in North Wales area. I'd like to say Wrexham, but it's not Wrexham, it's somewhere over near Rem, I think, or Wen, one or two. Anyway, Josh he's landed himself a job with a company called Ningbo on walking floors. I've never met Josh personally, but he's followed me for a while and we've always kept in touch on Facebook and that. He seems like a lovely young lad. And he pipped at me yesterday. I heard this boo going past her on me. What the hell's that? I was up Scotland like. Cause I do a lot of Scotland work now, don't I? And I didn't know who it was, and then he messaged me later on. He said, that was me. I thought, oh, bloody hell. I said, how are you, pal? He said, I've been looking out for you. He said, I've been looking out for you. He said, I just spotted the nameplate, Babs in window. I said, nice one, pal. So no, he seems a lovely young man, and I would like to meet him in person one day. But congratulations on passing your test, Josh, and I'm sure we will meet up one day, mate. It's nice to be nice as well, you know what I mean? It costs nothing to be nice. So if somebody goes out of the way to message me and wave at me or something, I'll try, and if I do see people out and about and I'm parked up, I'll try my best to talk to them and be nice. It costs nothing, does it? Mirrors. Rain's coming down quite heavy now. Road bends around to right, zebra's out, 3 off. Just mirrors, just mindful. We're exposed to all this weather now. We come down through here. The beauty about this is, I mean, I've done it a few times. I've done it with Yankees this road, and I've done it recently on this job. But I've done it a few times since 2005 when I had that night driving job. But when I had that night driving job with our head Curries, you couldn't see any of this at night time. It was just one big country road. By the time you got up here after 10 o'clock, you couldn't see a damn thing. Same coming back. So it's interesting to see what all this beautiful landscape and area looks like in daylight, you know what I mean? And it's fastly approaching 7 o'clock now. I hope you can see what I'm seeing, but it's a nice enough road, it's a nice area. And again, we just have to be mindful, there is 2 cars behind us, they're not making any effort to come past us, but it is raining quite heavy now, the road conditions are quite wet. Some mirrors, we're coming to another bending road, zigzags out, bit of standing water there then, just threw us over left and right, little shimmy, little bit of a semi-shufted, you know what I mean, but we was mindful, we've got like a cold spring and ready for it, just backing him off, no need to use the brakes, just on the exhaust brake you see, just mindful, just rolling him down, no gas, zebra's out, bends around to the right, and again to the left, mirrors. Just mindful, if you stand in water you've got to be careful obviously. Kind of digs in and just sends you over on a little semi-shufty. Just a smidgen, you know what I mean? But that smidgen can be give you a bit of a death rattle. Like a tango, you know when you've been tangoed. Some mirrors, bends around to the right, zebra's out. Backing him off, can't see what's coming round, car there now, mirrors. We don't want to put a tyre over there. It's definitely a full day out, a full night and day out with reckon, but it potentially, depending on what speed you're doing and how you land, it could be half a day out with Undertaker. I don't even bother about that. I'm also mindful as well that if I do park up on here tonight, I ain't going to get a phone signal, so I don't know what the signal's like around here, but it's probably not going to be good. Mirrors. Mindful, there is a vehicle, 2 of them parked up in this little, I don't know what it is, cut in here for fence. There is a mirrors. I don't know what that caravan is, it's a caravan, whether it's a log cabin or it's something to do with horses, I don't know, but it looked like a static caravan with wood wrapped round it. Shut up. Someday you will find me Mississippi River. Yeah, weather's going to be a bit crap tonight round here now. Mirrors, hit the dip, sign out 4. First zebra, just bend round, mirrors. Signs out for farm traffic. Van coming towards us, mirrors. There is a sign for a lay-by here for parking. Do we risk it? If it's a big lay-by, we might just throw it in. I'm down to 46 minutes, half a mile. I'm down to 46 minutes, I might just throw it in. If it's a big lay-by, I'm going to throw it in. I wanted to get through Biggar, but I don't think there's any proper lay-bys once you get through Biggar. Don't think there is. Ideally, I could have done with parking in Biggar and getting some food. I've only got 1 meal left. I've enough food for tonight, but I've only got 1 microwave meal left. I've got noodles and everything. But if I get stuck out at arse end of nowhere tomorrow, then I'm going to be pot noodling. Mirrors. See what this lay-by is here? Is it big enough? No, it's not right wide, it's a sliver. Mirrors, just coming up behind tractor. Now that lay-by's crap, it's not wide enough, you'll rock like shit all night there and you're right out exposed onto the board. We'll just keep going. Mirrors. This is where people behind us might get impatient there because they'll not be able to see. They might not, but it's a flatbed and we are empty. But the cab is high enough. So they might not be able to see this tractor in front of us, you see. This tractor, you know. I think we're coming through towards Biggar here. So ideally, I could do with whacking it in at Biggar and seeing if there's a chip here. Somewhere I can just whack it in. Mirrors. Tractor's turning left. Tight turning. He'll do it. Be tight for me. Mirrors. On we go. Biggar. There we go. Is that half a mile? Yeah. Yeah, it is Abington. It leads you out. It takes you out onto Abington. And there's a services there actually. I could throw it in there, you know. If needs must, I can throw it into Abington services. Just see there's a chip here at somewhere here at Biggar, or somewhere I can park up and get food, and then we'll just throw it into first available lay-by. Some mirrors. This is Biggar. Biggar show. I wonder if it's bigger than the first show. That would have been smaller, I don't know. Biggar looks like a lovely place actually. Just coming into a 30 mirrors. What's this? Oh, that's residential. Gutted. I was going to try and park it on there and walk chippy. Yeah, Biggar does look like a lovely place. I've never actually stopped here. I've never actually had the chance to stay here and explore the place, but I've drove through it a couple of times. Mirrors. Not looking sexy with temporary roadworks out. There's probably a good chance we're not going to be able to get parked up anywhere here. So if we do see a chippy, I'm probably not going to be able to get to it. That's the only downside about driving an Arctic. It's not like a car where you can just find a parking spot in any one of these side streets, or you know what I mean. Oh, there's a sign there for a puppet theatre in Biggar. I'd try and take you in, but hey, I'd have to pull a few strings. Like a puppet on a string. I bet it'd be interesting though, going looking at that, the puppet theatre. Mirrors. So lights are changing. So there is a decent sized town centre. It's like one big high street what goes through. I'm just trying to think, see if we can get it in. I can't pull it in here or left. This you can't just abandon the truck there. Don't think we're going to be able to get this thing in anywhere. But I'm just looking. I'm pretty sure there's a chippy in Biggar. I'm sure I've seen one before. There's no way to park this thing like anyway. But oh, what's this here? So the on left. We'll get it in here. No, that's a bus stop. We can't throw it in there, Borothea Land. I can't see any chippies actually. I think there's a couple of pubs. There's bound to be a chippy. But yeah, it's just difficult. You know, when you want to try and get something to eat, you just... Oh, there's a chippy there, see there? Bingo. There's just no way to park an Arctic. You know what I mean? You're stuffed. So you end up having to go right past and through and then maybe walk back in, but it's raining quite heavy now, so we'll be wet through. That's the thing, that's the downside about truck driving. There's no way to, you know, if you want something to eat in any one of these little towns or villages, you're knackered. You've nowhere to park. So you end up 2 blooming mile away and having to try and walk back in. So the high probability is we won't be having a chippy tea to eat. Some mirrors. Someday hoochie coochie and a stinking rotten sushi and a diddle-lammy dummy diddle-lammy bread-o. So we can't get it in here. This is a petrol station. No chance of parking it there. again, there's residential properties or houses or something there. So we're knackered, we're stuffed. I'm not walking back into town all this way. And there's no way to park up, so we'll be having a microwave ping tonight. A popty ping. Somebody said to me, why do you call people popty pings? Popty ping is what they call a microwave in Wales. You pop it in, press the button and it pings. A popty ping. I just heard it one time, I think it was on somewhere else. I think it's that old Welsh couple off Gogglebox was on about it, the popty ping, and it just kind of stuck. So now when I do videos, I just say, good evening, me old Sporodactyls, Dinkles and popty pings, and how the devil are you? Sporodactylus and Sporodinkles, I just make that shit up, you know what I mean? Like a lot of things, I make a lot of things up on this channel. Just open my gob and it comes out, you know what I mean? Some mirrors. Low bridge of 13'3" that way. It's a good job we're not going that way. So yeah, there's no way I'm walking all the way back into Biggar now from here. We're 11 miles off the motorway. So I think I might throw it into Abington services, do you know? Shut up with bloody thing, you bloody. Yeah, I think I might run it into Abington services and park it in there, like. At least we'll get the meal voucher, won't we? I'll have the KFC or something tonight. I just fancy a bit of chicken. I feel like chicken tonight. So I think that's what we'll do, yeah. 702 to Abington services. And maybe you will see this video tonight. I've no bother about posting where I'm parked if I'm at the services and other people around me. Some mirrors. Just bends round here, zebras out. I've just put big light on because big heater on because my windows are just steaming up, just ever so slightly. It always does when it rains, you know what I mean? It's because of the weather. So I've just put big heater on. It just takes thingy off. Just takes mist off with the inside of windows. Mirrors, rain's coming down heavy again. Something's hit that tree there, it's buckled all that branch. Mirrors, zebras out, bending round sharp to the left. Can't quite see what's coming, I can see a headlight through trees. I know there's something coming, it's a black car, it's a VW. Coming into a 30, 300 yards, signs are out for it, both bends around zebras, mirrors. Again, we're just steaming up again, see, so I'll have to put big light on again. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think it would be a bit far to walk back into Biggar now with that chippy. I could have tried throwing it bus stop, but it's a bit naughty, isn't it? Mirrors. I think it's going to be, like I say, I think it's going to be pretty, I've pretty much convinced myself we're going to Abington services tonight, but it's whether we can park up there. It's 7 now, but it's 12 minutes past. There is zebras open, bending round sharp to right. Some mirrors. Unless we can see a big lay-by here, then I'll just throw it in here for night. Mirrors. Mirrors. Big puddle. Splash. Mirrors back into open speed limit, which for us is 40 mile an hour. Bends round, zebras out, zigzag, left and right. You've only got to touch that white line with a tyre and it's... I mean, when you think about it, you can see on the camera We are as wide as the road. We're completely as wide as the road that we're on, our lane anyway. But it's easy to just drift onto that white line with one tyre. Sun's trying its best to come out, but it's still heavy showers. Just mindful, we don't want to put a drift onto there with a tyre, because again it'll dig us in and we'll tumble. I'm also mindful it's now coming up to 7:15 and I haven't rang my good wife yet. I normally ring her at 7 o'clock. So if we can find a lay-by down here, we'll put him in. I'll set her out here and I'll try and ring my good lady. Assuming we've got volume. Not volume, sorry. Assuming we've got a phone signal. Well, we're not a million miles away from Abington services anyway now. I ain't going to make it to Lockerbie on 34 minutes, I wouldn't have thought, from here. I've no chance. Not a cat in hell's chance. But this is a quicker way, coming this way, back down towards Lockerbie, than going all round to the side of Edinburgh and then picking up bloody M73 and blah-de-blah and bleedy-blah, you know, catching all that traffic going back in towards Glasgow and that. And then having to come round. I could have perhaps pulled it in on her till services though for free tonight. Anyway, it is what it is. This is where we're at. Shut up with bloody fog on, man. It is really annoying just going over towards that white line. You've only got to put one tyre on it, and it's easy done. Do you know what I mean? But it is annoying. Can't be helped, but I'm not turning the thing off because it's there for a reason. It's a safety feature. You shouldn't bugger about with safety features. Some people turn them off. I don't. I leave them on. Mirrors will probably go off again in a minute because I'm going to have to come over towards white line now while I take this bend. Zebra's out, bends around sharp to the left. Mirrors. Just there you go, see. No choice, you've got to come over to white line just for avoid trailer running up curb at that side, you see. So that sun's blinding again now. Like 4 seasons in a day, isn't it? Mirrors, zebra's out, bends round sharp to right up ahead, car just coming round at us. Signs out for a 40, we're already doing 40, we're doing the national speed limit for us. Somebody else said to me, so if you're doing the national speed limit at 40 mile an hour in Scotland, what happens when you come down to a sign like this, what says 40? Do you then have to go down to 30? No, I'm allowed to do 40. No, I can still do 40. It's just that when it opens back out again in a minute to the national speed limit, for cars it will be 50. For me, it is 40. No, I can still do 40 round here, but I'm only actually doing 30 because is it safe to do 40 round here? You know, the road's conditions are wet. I am in an Arctic. We're empty, but I've still got a big trailer on back. Just up to 40 again now. Just come off that gas. Zebra's out. We're bending round sharp to right. Mirrors, just back him off that exhaust brake ready. We could do with a lay-by now, or the services to come up soon. Down to 31 minutes, so we've enough time to get to services, but again, it's whether we can get parked up in there or not, because it can be busy now, 7:20 at night. Back into open speed limit, which for us is 40. I'm sure there's a lay-by down here, I think there is, you know. But we don't want a sliver, we want a big lay-by, because this road will be busy all night. Whereas, just mindful, just come across Whiteman because of this puddle. I don't want it to dig in and drag us over, you see. That's a shite lay-by, we've not enough room to swing a cat in there. Mirrors. You'd have to push unit right up into bushes there for Abington, 5 miles. Not bad, not bad. We probably will push on for Abington now. That's the plan, unless we see a decent lay-by down here. I thought there was one, but I think if there is, I think there's one on the opposite side, but it's a right bloody slither. We won't be going in that because shut up, man. I sleep on the passenger side, me. I can't sleep on the driver's side because I always sleep on my left-hand side. I always slept on my right-hand side until I met my wife, and then she sleeps on right-hand side of bed, and I've just got used to sleeping on left-hand side of bed. So I end up turning over onto my left-hand side, so I'm facing outwards, and that's how I sleep here. So I sleep on the passenger side in the truck. Plus, it's dangerous if you're sleeping on the driver's side, because if something bloody itches you at night, it's going to rattle where you are, isn't it? I'm just coming across for them puddles then, you see. So I don't want to be on the opposite side of the road in a sliver and then I'm exposed if anything hits me. Some mirrors. Down to 29 minutes with enough time to get into services. I could have pulled up way back there, but I think if I'm going into a 15, I might as well go into a 15 and make it worth me while. Do you know what I mean? Plus I'm paid by the hour, so I don't mind going into a 15. I don't mind running 14 hours of a 15-hour shift. I'm paid by the hour. But Jenkins, you were salaried. So if you ran into 15s, it's your own bloody fault. You just got paid a salary in Jenkins, like. I love Jenkins though, mate, and I would go back there. You don't need bother. I would definitely go back to Jenkins. If this job goes tits up or I decide it's not for me, I'd definitely go back to Jenkins, and I wouldn't move again. I'd stay where I was. So the jury's still out on Jenkins. Like I could end up back in the Green and White Army at some point this year. You don't need bother. And if I do, I'll end up there for the rest of my working life. I fucking loved Jenkins, mate. I did. I loved it. People still say I'm mad for leaving, but you've got to give other things a try, haven't you? And if it's not for you, then at least you gave it a go. At least you tried. Do you know what I mean? Now, I could have probably gone round there and just gone up to them bloody bollards. Mirrors. Get it on there and altered. We've set our stall out for Abington though, haven't we? So it's not a million miles away. It's just at the end of this road. Some mirrors. Road tightens round to right, coming over the railway bridge. There's no zebra out, but you can see it. Road conditions are drying out, rain's stopped, still damp patches. Mirrors. There is a car coming up behind me. There's a nice steady flow of traffic behind us, but they're all spaced out. Get up! You bloody.
After 500 yards, go round the roundabout, first exit.
This should take me towards Abington services in the noon, which is ideally what we want. So we're straight over this roundabout. Services will be up the other end of this road. We go over this roundabout and straight across.
First exit.
Carlisle, Glasgow. Clyde Valley tourist route. You can see the M74 up ahead though, well I can, and that runs you onto the M6. But the services is just up here, so beautiful night. 25 minutes left. 2 mile off Abington. Yeah, the services is just up here. There's a big lay-by if I come off. If I get onto motorway, come off at the next one, there's a council depot around there. There's a big lay-by set to one side down there as well, but it'll probably be heaving now at this time of night. There is one on the right-hand side here. I knew there was one on the opposite side of the road. Get up, you!
Take the motorway.
Get up! There is one here, but it's busy, and like I say, it's a bit of a sliver, and I didn't want to go in it on that side of the road, because I'm then exposed. Here's Abington, see, services. So we go right at this roundabout, just put signal on now, come across to this lane. Just looking across, it looks absolutely ram-packed. So we'll just see if we can get in it. It's worth giving it a go.
Go round the roundabout, second exit, then take the motorway.
Mirrors. In fact, if we go down that road there, Crawford 702, that'll take us to pretty much the same place as I was thinking. Or is it to the other side of Crawford? I can't mind though. Anyway, we're going to try these services here now and see if we can get in it. Just mirrors. It does look ram-packed. Well, they will be. It's this time at that time of night.
After 100 yards, go straight on, then turn right.
Yeah, it's that time of night, so everywhere's going to
go straight on, then turn right.
Oh, bang, crash, bang, walla, 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 bing, bong. What a picture, banging on the big bass drum. Ooh, what a picture, rum tilly um pom pom. So it's probably, if we can get in anywhere, it's going to be a blind side. I don't want any fridges. What's this here now? So get in, this will do us. We might just be able to slot it in. Oh, there's a fridge there at that side. This might just work. It's going to be tight. We'll try and get him in here. There's one space available.
After 50 yards, turn right, then bear left.
There's a passenger, a pedestrian even, coming up to the side because this is going to be tight. Blindsiding him in. I might need a couple of a shunt or two at this. We'll just see. Come on, lad. This went trailer kinks right over which I don't want it to. It's trying to straighten him up now. Try and straighten him, lad. Come on, lad. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, but I think I might have nailed this in one. We still might need a shunt. I don't want to get cocky. Mate. Go on, son. Oh, what doing with van, pal? Freaking me bloody dear. See, people get impatient, you see. And I'm sorry for cussing, but the world's full of knobheads. You know, as I did say to you on a previous video, what you've got to think is everyone around you is a complete twat. Unfortunately for me, I did not see that particular twat in the mirror because it was, cab was blindsided me. Right, we're in here, straight in, no kissing. No shunts required. I could do a little shunt to actually straighten him up, but we're in. Just mirrors, mindful. I kept it tight onto my good side, you see. So I was tight onto the line at the side of me, but no bother, we was in. I actually straightened it up and made it bloody worse. I should have just left it as it was, we was in. Right, we're in. That'll do us. Right, I'll go and pay the ferryman and give my wife a ring. Alright then you, that's us. So listen, I have been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you my friend have been beautiful. I should have just left it as it was. We was in it first go there then, but because I tried to straighten it up, I needed a shunt. I've been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you my friend have been beautiful. Thank you very, very much for watching. Join me again. I hope you've enjoyed this. Ta-ra.